If you can, we'll see here in this slide how based on different life stages the mental picture of a person or of a woman will mold. If you take menstruation, until then you're a kid, and from your first day of menstruation you can feel this change of fluctuation in the hormones, whereby you can just feel depressed, you can feel or even smaller things can be very overwhelming for you in menstruation, and in the pain that is very new to you because it's your first day of your period, you've never experienced something like this. The pain and all can weigh you down. Even your work life balance being a student can be disrupted. Apart from that, pregnancy and postpartum is something that should be talked more about, because sometimes people do get pregnant without planning for pregnancy. Sometimes they have accidental pregnancy. Sometimes people do plan for pregnancy, but the symptoms of pregnancy, that is gastritis symptoms, this you have to pee every time, you have constipation, sometimes you're not able to digest, you have sometimes coordinated conditions like thyroid or diabetes. It is too overwhelming, and sometimes you just get depressed. Even people who are watching this, even if you're not a female, you have to understand, if you have a woman in your life, that pregnancy and especially postpartum, that is after the delivery, because there are a lot of changes that happen in the woman's body. She'll grow a little bit larger, her tummy will be large, there are stretch marks on her tummy. The body is dysmorphic in nature, that is not what she used to be. The strength is different, the food that she's taking is different, the digestion capability is different, the hair starts to fall, the skin starts to break out. All of this will happen. Please do support women in this. It is not something that it's not like she's throwing a tantrum at everything. It is her hormones that are going in place. So please do understand that pregnancy and postpartum will have a major toll on the mental picture. If you have a supporting partner, if you have a supporting family, then people who have these kind of support system tend to have less depression compared to people who do not. And also perimenopause and menopause, as I told you, estrogen is responsible for your happiness. If there is drop in estrogen which occurs in perimenopausal and menopausal state, you tend to be a little bit more depressive, your progesterone levels are fluctuated, you tend to be a more anxious, you tend to get angry a lot. If you're having a mother or a sister who's suffering or who's going to this menopausal stage, do support her, because that anxiety, that anger, whatever you are seeing new in her is because of her hormones, and is not because of how she wants to behave. It's not something that women choose to behave, it's something that is happening inside our bodies, that we just feel like I am doing this. It's not you are doing this, your hormones are doing this because of the life stages you're going through. You have to accept that, and by accepting it, you can mold your character in a much better way. Then coming to how stress impacts these hormones, we have seen that estrogen is responsible for the happiness, and progesterone to maintain a fine line between anxiety. If you can see stress, if you have stress in your life, that is chronic stress. For example, if you are hearing bad news continuously, if you are hearing news which you don't want to hear, or if you are perceiving something with your eyes which you don't want to see, continuous influx of those will create the brain to cause there is disruption in the HPA axis, which is hypothalamus pituitary axis. There is chronic secretion of cortisol, which will cause high blood sugar, which will cause a lot of belly fat to form in the body, and also which will cause E1 to rise. E2 is estrogen that we are supposed to produce, which is the estradiol. When there is excess of E1 production in the body, it can lead to estrogen dominance, which can lead into certain diseases like PCOS, fibroids, and other endometriosis and adenomyosis. And even these diseases in turn maintain that E1 dominance. So whenever there is E1 dominance, you're more prone to depression, you're more prone to anxiety, you're more prone to this mental illnesses. Some people, even if they don't have a support system at home, they form this figures in their mind and they start talking to it. Some people even develop bipolar disorders if there's no one to take care of them. So if you're someone who's viewing this, understand, if you are someone who is suffering from all of this, do tell your family members how you're feeling and how you're suffering. It is not always yelling that helps. It is also making communication, or telling them how you're feeling through that day, and letting them know that you're not in a proper position and that you need help. Do not try to cut off these feelings, because these feelings are occurring because of certain diseases which you are having in your body. So this is how stress will affect the estrogen, and also it By estrogen even increase, it will cause a drop in the progesterone level, which can cause anxiety. Then coming to impact of these diseases, how PCOD, fibroids, endometriosis, adenomyosis, bulky or painful menstruation will cause an emotional turmoil in yourself, especially people, teenagers who are suffering from PCOS, or persons who are in their young age suffering from PCOS. They might be suffering from dysmorphic syndrome where they don't feel like their body is growing. They can't do anything about it. They are cutting down their cups even though then they are growing in size. They have stretch marks. They have this tummy area which is full of fat. Their hair is starting to fall. The skin is getting darker. The face is having acne. It's having hirsutism. This is which is growth of hair on your facial regions, that is on your face and on your neck and chest. So whenever you're going through all of these symptoms, you will be depressed. Some people will be depressed. Some people will like to talk about it. Some people become extroverts and tell each and everyone how they are suffering. Some people will just cut themselves off from the society, and then they'll just not talk about how their bleeding is, or there is too much of bleeding, too much of clots in fibroids as we see, or too much of pain as we see in endometriosis. They don't want to communicate. So there are different personalities that will develop after these diseases, because these diseases tend to cause estrogen fluctuations and progesterone fluctuations. If you're someone who's suffering from female reproductive organ diseases, and also there is any fluctuation in your mood, if you're suffering from depression, if you're suffering from anxiety, panic attacks due to these female reproductive organ diseases, you can contact Fiticus Homeopathy, which is best, and we have good success rate here. Here we have two kinds of consultation options, online and offline. If you're someone who's staying nearby the nearest branch of Fiticus, you can come and visit us offline. And if you're someone who's staying far away from us, there are two options for you, which is audio consultation option and video consultation option. And after the doctor consultation has happened, we'll ask you for investigations. If you have already done all of the investigations, you can share it with us. And after the whole process is done, especially for online clients, the medicines will be delivered to your doorstep. If you're staying in India, 3 to 4 business days, USA 3 to 5 business days, apart anywhere in the globe, it can take 4 to 8 business days for our medicines to reach your doorstep. If you want to contact Fiticus Homeopathy, you can call us, WhatsApp us, or messages on this number. And if you want to know more about Fiticus Homeopathy, you can check our website www.fiticus.com. If you're someone who's suffering from female reproductive diseases along with mental illnesses, you can contact Fiticus Homeopathy. We have seen how homeopathy is much superior to allopathy or conventional form of treatment, and right now we are going to discuss about how Fiticus Homeopathy is top-notch compared to other homeopathic hospitals or clinics. Remember, Fiticus Homeopathy stands for highest chance of health. Here we have high success rate, that is, we are already treating cases which have this mental illnesses connected to their female reproductive organ diseases, and also we are having good success rate in them. And the transparent treatment method, which is there is no gray area between the patient and the doctor. Here we try to explain it to you in clear about your prognosis. And the personal care here at Fiticus Homeopathy is top notch. We will answer all of your questions. We will break down to you how your condition is, how your prognosis is, what should you be doing, what should you be eating, how much sleep cycle you should be having, and all of this other stuff. So if you want to choose health, if you want to choose cure, choose Fiticus Homeopathy. Thank you.